The ISIL-affiliated news agency Amaq says one of the group's followers carried out the stabbing attack that wounded at least 8 people at a shopping mall in the US state of Minnesota on Saturday. The executor of the stabbing attacks in Minnesota yesterday was a soldier of Islamic State and carried out the operation in response to calls to target the citizens of the countries belonging to the Crusader coalition, Amaq said in a statement. The authorities say a man wearing a private security uniform and armed with at least one knife stabbed 8 people at the Crossroads Centre Mall in St Cloud before he was shot dead by an off-duty police officer.
We want to strongly condemn any terrorist act. We don't agree. We categorically condemn any terrorism act that happens within America or in the world. We don't believe in violence, solving problems in violence, and we don't agree anyone who takes a matter to his hands and hurt other people.
We are all shocked just like you, and we are all grieving just like you. This is an act of an individual, and we want our community to realize this fact. There are still an investigation. As this investigation is going on, we are not clear of all of the aspects of this incident, including the connection to ISIS, which there is no connection at this point from the law enforcement and as well also from the community, and therefore we need to realize that as well.
Our community in central Minnesota has no relationship with ISIS or any other Islamic terrorist group. We were the victim of those terrorist groups, as I said 16 years ago on the steps of our courthouse, that we were the victim of those terrorists, and now we are facing again to suffer for their act. They are minorities in our faith that are misusing the credibility of our faith. Islam is peace.
Let's unite as one Minnesota. Let's take love instead of hate. Let's preach the good of us, not the bad that just happens once in a while, and we don't hope for this to happen again. I said last night, not in St. Cloud. Not in St. Cloud. That's what I kept on telling my kids, not in St. Cloud. But I hope my neighbors, my co-workers, my friends, my community members, my elders, and everybody else will take this into heart. And please, let's spread love instead of hate. And I will say it again, ISIS does not represent us. It does not represent Islam. It does not represent the Somalis. It does not represent anybody of that faith. ISIS is a different faith from Islam.
This is an individual act. Islam is a peaceful religion. Many people do not understand the aspects of this religion, which is a peaceful coexistence, peaceful people, peaceful community, and our tradition in Somali tradition, and both in our religious tradition, we call for peace and tranquility and love between individuals. We understand that this incident happened yesterday, and it shall not be used to discredit the good hard work that our community is doing.
I tell the community that we need to come together as one instead of dividing in this moment of tragic.
I think that we can use this moment. We can look back on this very moment. We can either choose to let hate win and be divided as a community, or we can choose to come together and love one another and move on. I think that we can do this. It's not going to be easy, but with the right leadership, I think that is very possible.
My faith, the Christian faith, when I read the Bible, a main faith principle is do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And when I read in the Quran, I read that same faith sentiment. And in the Jewish Torah, it is the same faith testament. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. We are doing for each other today because it's the right thing to do, to gather here and share our grief and seek understanding.
And so as Christian leaders, we have come together with our brothers and sisters of the Muslim faith this day to say the work will continue, that peace is our goal, and that we will work together to make this a community that is known throughout this nation as a community that never quits working for peace.
We need to be patient. We need the law enforcement to do their job. This community also has questions, which many have not been answered. And hopefully working with law enforcement, working with community leaders in different organizations and religious groups, we can hopefully all find answers to what really happened last night. We need to know so that we make sure as a community, we stand together as a community and make sure it does not happen to us ever again. Never again in our town should we see something like this. So let's find solutions. This is a test for all of us as a community. How we come out of this is going to define who we are as a community.